Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. As you can see by the league table, there is not long left in this season, 14 games to play. However, it is close at the top. There's a point separating us and Manchester United. We're the top scorers in the Premier League at the moment, but Man United are currently ahead of us by that single point. So, yeah, we're going to try and claw that back today. We've got a game against Aston Villa, which I think I might sim to begin this episode off. Man United are not playing. They play on the Sunday against Wolves. And Wolves are in 4th, so maybe Wolves will do us a solid there and get us a result. But we've got some tough games coming up as well. A couple of really tricky away games, followed by Chelsea at home. And as you can see by the table, there's a few interesting teams in and around this top 10. And still, Liverpool down in 12th, not doing too well at the moment. Villa down in 14th, today's opponents that I will be simming. West Ham in the relegation zone alongside Palace and Burnley as well. So, let's go ahead and sim this first game. New signing Thiago Almada is on the bench, and I do plan on trying to get him into the team today. So, we'll see if he starts in that cup game we've got coming up, the replay against Newcastle. Of course, we drew that 1-1 last time, and even with a yellow card to Jefferson Lerma, we have beaten Aston Villa by 2-0. Ryan Fraser and Lloyd Kelly with the goals. However, there's an injury there to Steve Cook. So hopefully that's not a long-term injury. But that's 3 points already picked up. And I didn't even have to play the game. We simmed it. And I kind of thought maybe Villa might get something against us there. But turns out I was wrong. But our first game of today that we'll actually be playing is going to be that round 4 replay. And the injury to Steve Cook is only 3 days, which isn't a problem because he wouldn't have started against Newcastle anyway. So he should be back for our next Premier League game. But we've got the round 4 replay coming up. I'm going to switch around my team and then we'll get into this and see if we can advance through. We're away from home this time, which is not ideal, but we'll try our hardest to get through to the next round. And so here we are then for the FA Cup 4th round replay. You can see on the right, our team. Ramsdale starts in goal. Rico in at left back. Simpson, Metham and Smith. With Danjuma, Billing, Phillips and Wilson. New signing Thiago Almada makes his debut in behind Tammy Abraham. But the left-hand side for Newcastle, it looks like a very good team indeed. Dubravka in goal. Taylor, Lascelles, Shah, Clark and Yedlin. A midfield that has 80 rated players littered about. Almirion, DeHood and Milner. With Saint-Maximin and Gale up front. I was calling him Saint-Maxime. He's actually Saint-Maximin. So I apologise for that because I was getting his name wrong in the last episode. But yeah, so that's the Liverpool. That's the Newcastle team. And on the right-hand side is ours. Let's see what the new signing Thiago Almada is all about. Yedlin cuts out the pass from Almada. And now it goes to Milner. The hood up towards the feet of Saint-Maximin. And he finds it back towards Almirion. Gets it back as well. Lovely play. Surely offside, referee. Nope. As Ramsdale makes the first save of the match. Philippe Billing. Ball at his feet. Finds the feet of Almada, who turns on it as well. Thiago Almada. That would have been some introduction, wouldn't it? I'm struggling at the moment to break through this Newcastle back line. The 5 at the back is standing firm. And Almada just about gets his space to have the shot. But unfortunately puts it wide of the bottom corner. And it's still 0-0 here. And I tell you what, Newcastle are standing firm. But that winner from Danjuma finds the feet of Almada again. This time, Dubravka makes the save. And I think there might have been a touch on Almada, which means we are going to pick up a free kick here. Not a 3 kick, a free kick. Not the number 3. Philippe Billing still over this. Now, I don't know who we've got really to take it. Ooh, Harry Wilson could be the man. Yeah, let's go with Harry Wilson. And let's see if we can get this into the top corner. Almada's making some things happen early doors, which is nice to see. I really am bad at free kicks. Let me line this up. It's Harry Wilson. It's over the wall, but it's straight into the hands of Dubravka. Never really going to test him with that one, but it's positive from us, really, because we are able to create a couple of opportunities, and Almada is looking to get on the ball as much as he can as he now finds Abraham. Abraham looking through towards Phillips. Breaks through the back line, but a great tackle by Fabian Schär. Stops him in his tracks. What a challenge. Right on the stroke of half-time here. I don't want to concede now. Newcastle have not done a lot in this first half, and Ramsdale makes sure of it by connecting with the cross. And that is going to be it for the first half. Realistically, there's been one team in this, but outside of maybe Almada having a couple of opportunities, we've not created a clear-cut chance. So, yeah, we've been the better team, but we need to find something to get our away fans going, because for the moment, it's 0-0, and this is looking like it could be heading to extra time and maybe even penalties. Yedlin for Newcastle, as Andy Carroll is now on the field of play for Dwight Gale. Not somebody you want to see when there's a potential for a cross to come in. DJWood still keeps it. Great block, but he's bounced back through from Miriam. And Ramsdale makes the save. It was a great block initially, I believe, by Chris Metham. But they got slightly fortunate there, Newcastle. The ball bounced straight back through to them as David Brooks is on for Harry Wilson. So he looks to try and change the way this game is panning out. We've got 25 minutes left of normal time. And at this point in time, I don't really see anybody being able to score a goal. It's been that sort of game, really. We're lacking the last bit of quality. But here's Milner finding Yedlin. And again, we do not want the cross to come in, but it does. Ramsdale comes out. Doesn't get a whole lot of the ball, but he's got enough to turn it away. Send Maximin's ball through to DJWood. And now he's got the pass back towards him. And it's wide of the bottom corner. I tell you what, tale of two halves here. Newcastle by far the better team in the second. They were poor in the first half. We dominated it this half. Newcastle really making a go of things. And with 15 minutes to play, the way it's panning out at the moment, I mean, I'll take extra time. My only worry is we haven't got that many big names on the bench to bring on, so kind of want to get the job done in the normal time here as Almada finds David Brooks with a return pass, and now Brooks has the pace advantage from the fresh legs. Brooks all the way towards the box. Gets the shot away, and he's still come back for him. Oh, how fortunate do you want to get? David Brooks, 10 minutes to play, has put Bournemouth in front. I don't know how on earth he managed to keep the ball there, but I'll gladly take it. Fresh legs of David Brooks, caught them out for pace. Here the shot comes in, but then the ball's just bouncing all over the place. Dubravka in no man's land. And as soon as he leaves the goal there, Brooks has the easy job of a tap-in. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 0 on the second half performance. We don't deserve that. But if that's the goal that takes us through, I'll take it. Rico, last minute of the game now. Let's not lose possession and do anything stupid. Billing up towards the feet of Abraham. Abraham out wide towards Brooks again. Seen a lot of the ball since he's come on, David Brooks. And he gets one last chance to put a cross in. Dubravka punches it away, but that should be it here, and it is. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 0. The substitution of David Brooks has worked, even if I didn't mean it to work the way it did. Very fortunate to score the goal, but we did get it, and that's what matters. And as a debut goes for Almada, we'll check that out real quick. He's only managed a 6.8 match rating. I felt he did better than that, but then again, the game was not the best game in the world, and David Brooks, you can see, picks up man of the match after scoring the only goal of the game. If you take a comparison to Newcastle, Fabian Schär went up front later on in the game as they switched to a 4-3-3. And I'm assuming with Andy Carroll and Schär in the attacking areas, they were looking to put balls in towards the box. Didn't work out like that. Miriam went off, and I felt he was one of their danger men, but that's the game. So we're through to the next round of the FA Cup. Everton beat Walsall in a replay, Derby County, Leeds getting through, and Wigan as well. So we'll see who awaits us in that next round. And Almada is actually the talking point of our interview. What did you make of such a disappointing debut for Almada? It's not easy to fit into a new team, keep it realistic, or is capable of a bit more. Let's say keep it realistic. We all have high expectations for him, but you have to keep it realistic. It's going to take some time for him to feel comfortable and get used to our playing style. You managed to win. You scored the decisive goal. What do you make of the game? That was a poor game by all accounts, so let's just say time to focus on our next match. And lastly, you are through to the Emirates FA Cup next round with this win. Do you feel you can win the competition? We sure can, is my reply to that. Let's see who we are going to get in the next round. Following our 2-0 victory against Aston Villa earlier in the episode, Man United actually went on to lose to Wolves. So Wolves did get the result that I was looking for, which meant we went top of the table, only for a week, because then Manchester United have beaten Chelsea 3-1. So we're a point behind, but we do have a game in hand. Our game in hand comes against Sheffield United here, away. So one of the tricky away tests that I was telling you about. Where are Sheffield United currently in the table? They are down in 17th. So in terms of league position, this should be a Bournemouth win. But away trips can always be difficult. So I'm going to go with our full 11 again. As you can see there on the screen, I will have a little look at Sheffield United's team and maybe make some changes if I need to. This is the Sheffield United team. Henderson in goal. Stevens at left wing back with Jagielka, Mir, Basham and James. That's Reece James at right back. Norwood, Medran and Lanetti in the midfield with Asale and McBurney up front. You've already seen our team, so let's get into this. At Bramall Lane, I did mention a tough away test. We've got another one following this, and I can't remember who that's against. It'll come back to me. I'm thinking it might be... No, I think we've already played Leicester at the King Power Stadium. It'll come back to me, but we've got a job here to do anyway against Sheffield United. Here is Maddison for Bournemouth. Finds Phillips. Through towards Cook. Look at the run of Wilson, and there it is. Callum Wilson's already in behind this Sheffield United backline, and he has struck a shot against the woodwork. It's taken minutes for us to find a way through the Sheffield United defence, but unfortunately, we've hit the post with it. And here is Joshua King finding Jack Stacey. I was going to put a cross in, but there's only Wilson to aim at in the box, but he comes from Maddison instead, and he just could not get the ball under control. But the pressure right now is mounting on Sheffield United as Phillips going to have a shot himself. And he skies it. Calvin Phillips with a shot straight over the bar, but just before that, Wilson strikes one against the woodwork. An early warning sign for Sheffield United. I feel like the pace of Callum Wilson might cost them today. Sheffield United as he's in again here. Lovely little spin from Callum Wilson. And this time, it's Henderson who makes the save. Here is Maddison. Now Wilson again. We've had so much of the ball so far as Lewis Cook now is in behind, and Henderson again with another save. That's now 3 or 4 shots in this opening few minutes. And Henderson has been required twice for Sheffield United. I'm sensing it's only a matter of time before the deadlock is broken here. Ryan Fraser's corner. Henderson punches it away. It should still be with Bournemouth as Cook keeps it alive. He finds Lewis Cook. Now Phillips back towards Lewis Cook. Going to get the shot away too. Deflected on the way through into the hands of Henderson. Some breathing space now for Sheffield United. They really need it because they're under pressure so early on here. Fraser towards the feet of Calvin Phillips. And look at the run coming in again from Ryan Fraser. Phillips spots it. And he finds him with a brilliant pass. Here is Ryan Fraser now just before half-time. Lays it off towards James Maddison. And he's hit the crossbar. What a goal that would have been. We're about 5-6 minutes off of half-time. We've quietened down somewhat since the early pressure we were putting on Sheffield United. They've been able to get into our half a couple of times. Towards the penalty area, in fact, a couple of times. But just there, James Maddison, great effort off the bar. And it really, really, really was unlucky. And now here comes Sheffield United with Ollie McBurney in an advanced position. Lays it off towards his strike partner. And completely against the run of play, Sheffield United take the lead at Bramall Lane. Oh, I sensed it coming, I'm not going to lie. After the early pressure we put on and then hit the bar there, I didn't want to say it, but I kind of sensed that there would be a chance coming up for Sheffield United. I mean, I can't even have a go at Jack Butland because he can do nothing about this. The strike in from Asale, and it's a wonder goal as well. It doesn't matter how much of the ball you have. We've proven it so many times this season. You've just got to be clinical in front of goal. Sheffield United have been beaten in terms of their goal, but they've stood firm and they have taken the lead in the game 3 minutes before half-time. And we have been knocking on the door for what feels like most of the first half. However, as the half-time whistle sounds here at Bramall Lane, we are behind and we need to find a way back into the match. Wilson's hit the post. He's tested Henderson. Henderson's had a lot to do, but at the moment we're behind. And Sheffield United will be very, very happy with the way things are going. We've made a change at half-time. On has come Tammy Abraham and James Maddison's gone off. And Joshua King now driving at Sheffield United. Allowed to go a long way here. Finds Lewis Cook. Cook through towards Tammy Abraham. Abraham with his first touch of the game. I was going to say first shot, but it's his first touch. And Henderson again is there to make the save. In fairness, though, it was straight at him. Remember as well that this is our game in hand to go back top of the Premier League. So if we fail to get it here, Man United will have top spot. And time is ticking away at Bramall Lane. Henderson again. He's able to catch that corner. He's having probably a blinder here. Probably one of the best games he's played so far this season. Here is Abraham. Sees the run in from Joshua King. If there's a time we need him to score, it is now! And he's now hit the bar! You've got to be joking! Oh, we've hit the bar twice now, and that ball through is actually going to work. No way! We're not going to go 2-0 down, surely. Jack Butland can't make it! Sheffield United 2, Bournemouth 0. When your luck is in, it is in. When it's not, you may as well go home. We've hit the crossbar twice this game. Numerous chances in which Henderson has saved. And now 2 goals from Asale has put Sheffield United in a driving position to win the game. And to make matters even worse, it's his first 2 goals of the Premier League season for Asale. He's not scored before today in the Premier League, and he's bagged 2 against us. 19 minutes to play here at Bramall Lane. We've made a change up to a 4-2-4, not a hat-trick. Oh, you've got to actually be joking. It doesn't even matter what change we've done to the formation, because Asale's just got himself a hat-trick. How? He hasn't scored before today, and he's got 3. 3! Oh, Jack Butland's having a nightmare. I mean, he couldn't do anything against the first one, but the last 2... Oh, I genuinely don't know what I'm seeing here. We're going to be beaten by Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. They've had 3 shots, all coming from the same player, and he hadn't scored before today. Abraham links up with Joshua King, looking for a way back into the match. And Joshua King's got it. But we have now got 15 minutes to play. Pick up the football. What are you doing? I mean, we'll still play on anyway. It's 3-1 here. We've got the goal. It's his 16th of the season. But there's 13 minutes to play. We might have been able to do it if it was remaining 2-0. But 3-0, I'm not so sure. We now just have to try and dig deep and find something in this game. Reece James for Sheffield United up towards the netty. Time ticking away. We need back possession quickly here. Medran with the ball out wide back towards James. They're just wasting time, and you can see it. It's not blocked by Lloyd Kelly. The ball in towards the box is punched away by Jack Butland. He probably could have caught that. And can we react quick, please? Because all of a sudden now, we've lost possession again. The ball through towards McBurney. It's 4-1 Sheffield United. Stunned. Absolutely stunned. 17th before today. We had a chance to go top. Not only are we not going top, we're being battered by Sheffield United. And I mean no disrespect to them by that. But this really is unacceptable. Ollie McBurney piles on the misery. If we had a chance before, it's gone now. There is the full-time whistle. Sheffield United stun Bournemouth. Asale gets himself a hat-trick. And they've beaten us by 4-1. Take no notice of the score thing that you saw there behind the goal that said that we were winning 4-1. That is not the case. And I'm going to be honest, after the amount of pressure that we put on them in the first half, I said it was only a matter of time before we'd find a goal. How stupid do I now look? 4-1 Sheffield United it finished. And we have an interview to do now as well. I honestly don't know what to say in this. AFC Bournemouth is finally defeated and the invincible streak is over. What are your thoughts? It was bound to happen eventually. It was good while it lasted. We should have kept it going. It was good while it lasted. We were poor there. We didn't deserve to win the game. We did well to keep the streak. It seems the second match against Sheffield United didn't go as planned. You can say that again. What went wrong? I don't have an explanation. I can't even imagine how we could have lost this match. Clearly something is wrong. I wouldn't say it's wrong with our tactics because they've been working. That's not what I was saying at all. You're putting words in my mouth. Do you think certain changes or a different approach could have avoided the loss? I'm not sure. The game plan was not followed. The blame is mine. The only blame I'll somewhat accept is bringing off Maddison for Tammy Abraham. Maybe I should have left James Maddison out there. Of course, he was looking lively. I'm going to say I'm not sure. Our approach was generally good and the boys played well. But we didn't play well. I feel like none of these answers really worked for how we played in the game. So it's making me want to do the interviews a bit less. But anyway, that's the game done. And not only are we not back top, I actually don't know where we go from here because that was not only a loss, but we got battered. We now take on Burnley away at Turf Moor. On the left-hand side is their team. I've swapped around a few players, but Nick Pope starts in goal. Peters, Gibson, Elizondo and Mayo at the back. Horta, Cork, Westwood and Goodmunson in midfield with Dolberg and Ashley Barnes up front. You can see on our team, there's been a couple of changes. Lerma's come in for Phillips, who I don't think had his best game in a Bournemouth shirt last game against Sheffield United. And also Ramsdale starts in goal in place of Jack Butland, with Chris Meffam partnering Ake at the back in place of Steve Cook. 3 changes, and they're down to the performance from the last game. I could have played the same team, but I'm going to bring in Ramsdale. We're going to try out Meffam as well alongside Ake, and obviously Lerma's already played in the team. We know what he's about. But we need a reaction because that was not good enough against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane last time out. So let's see if we can perform better at Turf Moor. I don't like playing against Burnley at home though because they're a difficult team to play against. So let's see what we can get from this game. We did have a very good start in the last game against Sheffield United, and we were in possession here quite far up in Burnley's half again as Lewis Cook finds Maddison. Maddison! We just can't stop hitting the crossbar. How have we done it again? Wilson. Oh, that's poor. That's really bad. We're 8 minutes in, and we've already hit the crossbar. If that's what we're going to get again today, I may as well just give up now. We hit it twice against Sheffield United. We started off the game in a similar way as well, as Lewis Cook again in possession finds the run of Joshua King. Please, can we finish off this one? It's a heavy touch, but King! Oh, Nick Pope! How was he saving that? This is exactly what we did in that last game, and we lost that 4-1. Jack Corks, ball over the top. Hugo Mayo chasing, and he sends in the delivery as well. Metham gets the header away, and now we can maybe break away with Lewis Cook in possession. Josh King is the man up front, and there he is. Now finds Wilson. Wilson, look at the run again from King. Instead goes to Fraser. We need to finish this one. Ryan Fraser! And he's done just that! Get in! Ryan Fraser smashes it in the bottom corner. Burnley 0, Bournemouth 1. Breakthrough found. I'm not going to lie, I wanted the return pass back towards Joshua King, but Wilson saw Fraser instead. And the Wideman has put us in front. I think that's like his 8th of the season or something, but I'll take it. Ryan Fraser with a big, big goal. And it's his 7th of the season, so 1 behind. But we needed that because the way we started was reminiscent of that Sheffield United game. Lewis Cook out wide towards Joshua King. We now need to make this even worse for Burnley. King, Wilson, got to be. Oh my. What? How has that not gone in? Callum Wilson needs to work on his finishing from like yards out because he's done that a few times where he's been in with the goal gaping and he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. But then the follow-up from Maddison should have been in the back of the net. How have we not made it 2? Fraser away from Hugo Mayo, and he's not going to catch up to him, the fullback, as Ryan Fraser skips past Elizondo as well, and he's still got it, Ryan Fraser, and that is brilliant from Ryan Fraser. Rifles it at that near post again, like he did for the first goal, and just like that, we double our advantage. Ryan Fraser, you are never going to catch him. We are into the 47th minute, and Kasper Dolberg's in behind as he tries to put the cross in. Kelly needs to win it. He's not really won it. Has he given a penalty? Please tell me he hasn't given a penalty. No, I think this is a booking for Lewis Cook. It's just going to be a corner. But what are we doing there? How have we not defended that better than that? That's poor. And just before we go into half-time, there's a chance for Burnley to get something back. Ramsdale is able to punch it. And now, still not cleared away. Horta back. And Peters, well, the less said about that, the better. Half-time here at Turf Moor, 2-0 to Bournemouth. Here is King. Now Lerma. Lerma in possession. Looking for a way through, and he can't find it as Westwood picks up the ball for Burnley. Now Ashley Barnes towards Goodmanson, gets it back as well. There's a chance on the counter here for Burnley if they can use this ball effectively. Dolberg's ball through for Goodmanson to chase, and he's going to get there as well. Lloyd Kelly can't stop him. Goodmanson's ball, Dolberg unmarked. Burnley back in it, 2-1 Bournemouth. And I tell you what, the amount of times we could have stopped that attack and we didn't is appalling. That's a joke. I don't know how we let them have a chance there. I really don't. Defensively, so far today, in the 2 Premier League games we've played, we have been awful. Lloyd Kelly, that's not a good challenge. And you know what? You've not put a foot wrong all season so far. Until now. Conceded 5 in the last 2 with him at the back, or at least at left back. And he's not done much wrong at all. But that's not good enough. Burnley back into the game. And I fear, maybe, that we're going to throw this away. Maddison. Look at Ryan Fraser again in space. Hugo Mayo again, nowhere near him. Here goes Fraser. Maddison wants it in the middle. Maddison gets it in the middle. Chase Maddison, great block. He gets it back though. And there's the 2-goal advantage restored. Fraser's scored 2 and now made 1 as well. Maddison though should be finishing this one first time. Actually, that looks like handball in the box. So I'll let him off. It certainly looked like it might have struck the hand of the Burnley defender. But the ball bounced straight back for him. And he fires it in the bottom corner, and we have our 2-goal advantage back. That gives me a little bit more confidence moving forward. Now, that's not great by them. Almada just about gets it too. He might as well try and go himself, but that's a good tackle in the end. 10 minutes to play here at Turf Moor, and it remains 3-1. Looking like a 3 points for us, but it could get even better here as we find Lerma. Lerma now towards Fraser. The space for Ryan Fraser. Maybe not going to get the shot away, but he pulls it back anyway towards Joshua King. And that is quite the save indeed by Pope. It was hit so sweetly by King. Look at the power that he gets on this. It required both hands from Nick Pope to turn it over. And Ryan Fraser could have had a second assist to his name. We get a corner instead. Ryan Fraser to take that corner. Sends it in. Maddison trying to win it. Comes out towards Almada. Ref. There's surely a free kick somewhere in there. Stacey finds Lerma. Lerma now to Maddison. Maddison sees Joshua King. King across the face of goal to Wilson. Oh, he should have scored. He should have scored. Still 3-1. But to be fair, it was fizzed into him. But he did connect with it pretty sweetly. Still 3-1 though. And that looks like it will be it from Turf Moor. A few nervy moments. There's a quick 1-2 with Callum Wilson and James Maddison. Gets Wilson in behind. Oh, need I say more? Need I say more? Again, we strike the woodwork. But at least this time, we've headed to 3 points from Turf Moor, even with us hitting the woodwork twice. It was the reaction we wanted. There were times in the game where we didn't look like our usual selves. But at least we've come away with the victory today. Ryan Fraser, I take my hat off. A tremendous performance from him. Made 1, scored 2. And in total, he was probably the difference maker today. We saw Almada come on, but he didn't really do too much. So it might have to be a lone spell away for Almada. Nevertheless, 3 points in the bag. Remarkable performance by Fraser today. What are your thoughts? An overall great performance, I think, from the team to get the job done, especially off the back of that loss in the last game. Coming into this one, there wasn't much between your side and Burnley. Did you have any doubts you come away with the win? The AFC Bournemouth always wins. Let's go back to the cockiness. And you've won again. Did Burnley make it too easy? Not as well as us. The lads did it. Oh, there's no stopping us. The lads did it, I'm going to say. And that is going to be it for this interview. And I think that will keep us in touching distance of Manchester. Well, in fact, it puts us top, but they are still to play. So let's skip the days and see if we remain top after they have played. I'm assuming they'll play on the Sunday or the Monday, as we've got a loan offer in for Peter O'Donnell. I've actually loan listed all of our Youth Academy players, and I'm going to be accepting these loan deals to try and get them some first-team football elsewhere. So we'll see who leaves and who stays. Manchester United return top after a 3-1 win against Watford. So with 11 Premier League games to play, it is still the point separating us and them. It looks like this Premier League title could go right down to the wire. Sheffield United winning again. They are now up to 15th place, so they're climbing the table. That's going to be the end for today's episode, though. We will begin the next one with the game against Chelsea at home, taking us to 10 games remaining after we've played that. They are down in 12th position. And Manchester United, I can't actually see who they play. They must be playing in March. Wait, who are they playing? No, it doesn't actually tell me. Their next game will be against Manchester City. That's a big game, that. City are currently in 4th place. Manchester derby. And it could lose Man United ground in the title race. So, very much like we have been doing, I'm going to be taking this game by game. We are still within a shout of a Premier League title. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself because there's still a lot of work to be done. And as you saw, we got battered by Sheffield United today, so there's still very much the possibility that that could happen. But that is the Premier League table as we leave it today. For the FA Cup, who have we drawn in the round 5? We are playing Palace. Wigan will take on Brighton. Swansea against Everton. Huddersfield will take on Portsmouth. Spurs versus Liverpool. Guys, look at this, right? In round 3, Man United played Arsenal. They beat Arsenal. We then went to round 4. They drew Spurs, I think it was. Yes, a 1-1 draw. And in the replay, they lost by a 1-0. And in the very next round, 2 big teams drawn against each other again. Liverpool and Spurs. So only one team of the traditional, that you could call it, top 4 or top 6 will make it into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Looking at the teams left in this, I actually really think we've got a shot at winning this. I really do. So I'm quietly confident. I'm not going to say anything yet, though, because what might happen is whoever wins out of Liverpool and Spurs will then draw us in the next round. But yeah, I am quietly confident at the moment. Nevertheless, that's it for today. A massive thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a massive thank you for all of the support on the channel as well. If you are new around, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. And until next time, have a great day or evening wherever it is that you guys are in the world. And I will see you all again very soon. Adios.